I think 1,000 years ago I published one of the videos that I initially intended to kind of just scrap, um, because it was me during a bit of swinging between mania and depression, and it actually produced some pretty decent content that was funny because I was almost essentially having a kind of a breakdown at that point, and I was playing with action figures, and that was the joke. Um, and I didn't know when I went to publish it. I didn't know what else to say, so I just sort of put up like a little, some white captions on a black background, like I usually do, that kind of just explains things. And I just said like, sometimes the depression gets to you, but you foolishly think that you can go on stage and be chipper and entertaining, and it doesn't turn out. But it's still kind of it's. I suffice it to say, I kind of now understand why a lot of actors do cocaine. Like that reliability, oftentimes recently I've been finding, not even just for YouTube videos, for really anything, that in the face of thoughts that, in the face of the overwhelming feeling like this really won't make a difference and anything that I'm doing is really a pointless endeavor, you just think, well, I gotta do it anyway. And I have no other way to calm that voice in my head that is, probably telling the truth. And you think to yourself, man, if only there was some kind of chemical that you could ingest that would take all reasonable doubts about what you're doing and just push it way the fuck down. But anyway, recently I tried to, maybe about a month ago, a couple months ago, I tried to film I read your comments vid, because that seems to be, you know, uh, people enjoy it, me interacting with my fans in that way. And I got footage that I don't feel like scrapping, but I feel like really needed me to put it in context. And oh, man, I guess we're not going back to the beginning of last summer, huh? A year later, and it's not going to be the beginning of last summer. Or maybe it was 2 years. I can't even tell at this point. It's all bleeding together. But either way, I guess I'm kind of coming to the conclusion that, you know, not everything is okay, and it's better to admit that not everything is okay and to address the problem than it is to continue pretending that everything is okay. And we kind of had this discussion before. I think in one of my channel updates, I was like, look, I want to be real, but at the same time, I don't want to be emo. But there are times where, you know, I there are times where I jump on the camera and I can get it, and there are times when I can't. And I mean, that's true of everything. I don't know. And it feels like life is like an RPG sometimes. It's like you don't do things that make you feel good. You don't do things that keep you going. You have a chance. You do things that give you a chance to keep going, a chance to give you that bump that you're looking for. And I mean, and you just keep losing the die down the back of your desk because you threw a die on your desk. That's so. No, you keep tossing down the die and you keep rolling ones. You know what I mean? You keep getting these critical failures. And so, long story short, I'm gonna have to kind of do a patchwork here of me reading your comments in this format, and in the other one with me in the box in the upper left upper right hand corner of the screen, my stage left, your upper right. I was using OBS to record that footage, and I don't think I like it. That's the other thing. Some of the reactions were good, others were not. So I'm just gonna kind of splice the footage. And one of the things that kind of has saved this, because I was just gonna scrap this all to fucking together. I was probably gonna stop doing these videos of me reading your comments, but one of the things that's kind of saved it is I was doing a lot, just scrolling through, my Facebook feed, and you see the typical depressed millennial posts, which is why I really don't like admitting that I too have these kinds of problems, because a lot of these posts are super fucking cringy. And I guess I would like to project the idea that I'm above all that, that I am the Tolstoy Kafkaevsky. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm fucking not. And one of the things that I read that made a lot of sense and resonated with me was somebody said something like, about depression, if it's worth doing, it's worth half-assing, you know? At least do something. So, I was going to go to a gun range and try to zero in the sight on my AK, but then somehow I came to the conclusion that I should try to spend the night in Uwari and, you know, fix my fire-making skills. I posted a video on Facebook of me, you know, having minor success with getting a fire going.
Don't stay lit for long, as I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe feed it really slow, with like little twigs. There you go. Is this what the fire spirit demands? Oh, fire spirit. Fire spirit Hanaka. I don't know why it's Japanese. Fire's like, if you don't stop being racist, I'm going out again. Come on. Burn. Burn the way that I want the establishment to. You're a chunk of fucking fat wood. Should burn. Nope, it died.
And I needed to get the suspension system for my my hammock, and I also wanted a headlamp so I could read in the dark, you know, maybe see a bear fucking coming if one was. And the goddamn store that I like to go to, the survival store that I go to, the camping store, was closed for unforeseen, you know, reasons, unforeseen consequences, and that pissed me off. And so now I'm kind of sitting here. It's 3:46. I've had 2 energy drinks today, and I've got to decide what the fuck I'm doing with my time, because I don't want to just sit around doing nothing. And to be perfectly honest, the desire to fucking get trashed is very high right now. So let's try to stay fucking active, because idle hands are the devil's playthings that you might use to masturbate with. So let's fucking read comments and splice in footage of me reading comments, but with a giant neckbeard. Well, it's been a little while since the last time that I did a read your comments videos. I wanted to give it some time so we could build up some cool comments to read, but I'm noticing that they've been kind of trickling down in number, as have the views. This could be a couple of reasons. It could be, one, YouTube screwing with the views, because I've been noticing more and more anomalies. You know, view counts changing, the comments missing. Sometimes I can see them, sometimes I can't see them. All times you cannot see them. Friends have told me that they've watched the video, and then when they go to watch it again, the ticker ticks up. Their comments don't get posted. You know, whatever. But it could really also be a combination of things. It could also simply be that people don't want to watch Stalker Let's Plays. But that's kind of what I'm being producing. I mean, I've been trying to like kind of mix it up for you just a little bit. Maybe backpacks, climbing, and Stalker is not what you're into. I've tried to find decent plastic crap. I went to a climbing gym about a week ago. That joke's still fresh. Shut the fuck up. I went to a climbing gym about a week ago, and I went to a store in that metropolitan area near Fort Bragg that is like kind of known for its. It's an interesting store. It's like it's mostly a bookstore, I guess, but it's actually a secondhand store that sells like, you know, uppers, downers, smackers, quackers, all arounders, Husker Doos, Husker Don'ts without a pusher stick, and not even one whistling, screaming kitty chaser. But the only thing that I could actually find was The only thing that was passable was one of those neomorphs from Aliens Covenant, which it would be a fun platform because then I would have a lot of funny things to say about how crappy that movie was. Right, so quick note about that. I actually was recently out scouting for more plastic crap because anyway, and I managed to find a source of it, but there was just nothing that would be germane to my interests. And anyway, I did find for on the Mega Cheapy Cheap. It says 14, but it was actually $8. Like, fuck, they wanted to get rid of this thing. And it's actually a McFarlane, so look for my review of the Bobby from We Happy Few. And I gotta figure out if I'm gonna play the game or not. I'm aware of the game. I have seen Let's Plays of the game. I know that it came out for PlayStation 4. I was gonna I don't think my PC can handle it, so I was gonna download it on PlayStation Network, and then I saw that they were charging $60, and I was like, no, son, no. But if it was like $20 as a hard copy, maybe, I guess that would give me context to review it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna roll with what I know about the game and slug an energy drink and do a lot of creatine and hope that that makes for entertaining YouTubery. But I doubt it. But I chose not to spring for it. I did not want to waste even Patreon money on $25 for an action figure of a movie that was absolute shit. That is some bargain bin stuff. That needs to be $5. I do not know what to attribute that to. You know, I mean, is the market so crap for plastic that, you know, basically even what would end up in a, you know, Ollie's bargain bin for $5 is now trying to pass for a $25 fig? Or is the dollar just shit now? I've looked on... Screw it. Let's do it. You know what? Because I've got the face cam pulled up, and now I don't know why my browser always tries to do Bing. I don't know why. It's a Google Chrome, so... But, let's go to... Oh, I guess I didn't need to do that. That was just kind of an instinct. Let's go to Amazon. This won't really have any of my pre-searched stuff on it. Not that I would care, but... Well, it's going to come up with stuff like women's shoes. I'm not hiding anything from you. This is... Or like, you know... Purses, it doesn't know who I am because I'm not signed in. Look, it thinks that I want air fresheners and aloe vera gel. And a bunch of Blu-ray DVDs. Neato. You know what I was thinking the other day? Alright. How about it? We have a Captain Planet action figure. Check that shit out. Oh my god! So all they have are the classics. Like those look like Kenners. I can't really tell from here. Here. I swear there's no vodka in this. Okay, what do we got here? Right. So we have these like classic action figures that. Oh wow, they even have the kids too. I don't remember Captain Planet turning all white. Arctic Captain Planet. Okay, sure. That one's $20. You really want, but there's no really accessories to go with it. I was surprised. Okay, I don't know what made me think there would be like a modern version of that. There you go. The Red Skull. That looks like something, you know. It's got enough something I could at least get a few laughs out of, but stuff's all just trash. None of this is good looking. Oh yeah, Rogue One. Okay. So, we're going all the way back to the first Stalker Let's Play. Let's check that shit out with me and the Ushenka and the little gas mask and Woodrow is my Ivysaur. It's perfectly normal for a 30-year-old man to have plush Pokemon. Shut the fuck up. Yes, I am psyched for that new Pokemon movie. I don't understand why it has to have Pikachu in who talks with Deadpool's voice. Look, are you guys going to hand out the acid tablets as we walk into the theater? You don't even need to do that. You know I'm going to go. Rospeden says, sweet, a Tolstoy Let's Play with the face. That's what that face is. Are You Dolph says, I loved the game and the survival elements that it had when it came out. The problem with it was that it was so buggy. I still managed to finish the game about 3 times. You should probably try out some mods for it. because the game has not aged well. Keep up the good work. I even say in the Let's Play that I'm not going to use mods. I really like the art style of the game. I like what it's portraying, even though it's, well, anyway. Even if the graphics are, by today's standards, actually at the time they were considered pretty butt ugly, but I don't need to play with mods. I am not a graphics whore, you know? So I recently recommended The Wire to somebody that I work with who was trying to get me to watch Game of Thrones, and I won't even give you my commentary on Game of Thrones, although suffice it to say I'd really like to grab my copy of, Origins of Political Order by Fukuyama and give you the rundown on how fucking feudalism is shit. But anyway, and I was like, yeah, man, you should watch The Wire. That's a good fucking HBO show. And his actual response was, it's too old. The graphics won't be good. It's like, I can't watch graphics that. And I'm just like, what the fuck does that, the graphics? Codename Incoming Pixels says, oh, fuck. Yeah, so this is an outtake. I actually have a lot of these per every video that I make. Well, not every video. The ones where I'm not as motivated, we'll say. And they're literally just moments where I realize this is not going the way that I wanted it to. Just fucking scrap it, you know what I mean? And you just imagine how many of these end up on the cutting room floor. Like, I think there was one video that I really liked the opening to, because back when I was doing skits still, and I couldn't think of like a good opening for the 10-inch Rick Grimes action figure review, and I could not think of a way to get it started, and I kept trying to get it started, and I would ramble for about a minute, and then just go, I can't fucking do this, and I would just shake my head, and like that is what I thought we got past after this last hiatus, but maybe that's not how life works. Dr. Kosher 1978. He's the one they call Dr. Kosher. He's the one that makes sure it's done. Make sure that it's sanitary. Well, in accordance with the Jewish holy book, anyway. T-burp. He said, I definitely enjoyed this. Not sure if you'll be making more like this, but if you do, that'll definitely be nice. Mike Zimmer says, great game, and I agree with you about carrying a revolver. Revolver, guys. Stick together. Revolver. This gun is the best gun ever. I don't have my... I got my fake revolver down on the floor. I'm not picking it up. Don't act like you don't see my comment. Been around since the Nomad days. By the way, it's Laundry Day. Love your videos, dude. That was Jake Young. And damn, if you've been around since the Nomad days, good word. And here I remember when I published the Nomad review, I was like, man, I've been doing this for a long time. It had been like 3 or 4 years. Maybe 3 years. It's been over 10 now. Massive fucking waste of time. Jesus, this website is fucking AIDS. Simulacrum Pictures. Is that a reference to simulacrum and simulation? It's a French philosophical work about the way that we perceive reality and the way that reality is. And society's role in that, I think? I've only ever had it explained to me, but there's a massive ironic scene in the beginning of The Matrix where he has a copy of that book. I should just buy a fucking copy. Oh, right. I am so poor that I don't even buy books anymore. Shit, dog. There was no free books in the free book bin when I went to that secondhand store. Like, what the fuck, man? I don't know if you can hear my neighbors playing that fucking annoying club music, but there it is. Joel Cellardor. He says, have you seen Stalker by Tarkovsky? And what are your thoughts about it? I honestly haven't even... I've never seen it, no. I'm only aware of it, I think, after that Metro review, the review that I did of the first novel. Somebody posted about that and was like, yeah, the reason that they used the term stalker kind of got coined. It was in the book, and then they made a movie. In fact, this sounds crazy, but let's see if I can look up the trailer. There was a new restoration for 2017. Fuck it, YOLO. This is a reaction channel now, by the way. So far, it looks like Schindler's List. Oh, God. That's some creepy-ass shit. It's creepier than Schindler's List. Where have I seen that guy before? He looks just like Martwan. That must have been done on purpose. Well, apparently Tarkovsky is the greatest of them all. This looks pretty fucking dope. Hey, bud? Hey, your car. This looks almost new. I thought this was made in the 70s. Oh, I guess it does. It's restored, I suppose. Bro, you're letting your 45 slip away. The guy's just dying and the dog is like, milk! Fuck yeah. I've got to watch this, I guess. Whenever I'm alone, I'll watch this. Stalker. Excellent. Coming soon, but it's 2019. It was 2 years ago. It should be out by now. And then someone in Russian says, fuck it. See what it says. Looks like it translates to, oh god, whatever horrible website this brought me to says it can either be my guest, that's fine, on health, on women's health. I am healthy for women. Clive Winston, even though the aspect ratio is absolute dog shit, yeah, I don't know how to fix that. I put the face cam in there for you, alright? This is as good as it's gonna get! Even though the aspect ratio is absolute dog shit, I still very much enjoy watching. If you want a game centered around creepy urban exploration with Silent Hill vibes, try out Lost in Vivo. Oh, fuck. Interesting. I think I've seen a review of this by GGG Man Lives. I think I was told that this is kind of like Silent Hill if done on the Half-Life engine? Maybe? Or am I wrong? Excellent opening guitar riff right there. Action Corgi! He'll defend me! Yeah, I think I've... Corgi? What's wrong? Yeah, I've seen a GGG Man Lives review of that. I've been really itching for a game that would kind of represent a dark psychological journey, a bardo, as the Tibetan Buddhists would state. Well, a dark bardo, anyway. Something that would have scratched the itch that was left by Evil Within 2 sucking so much. Wow. Okay, and then there's like this weird like little conversation I missed before. Somebody named ABP. Oh no, that's his sign. It says, I block ads to watch this video. I'm the complete opposite. If he continues to do this, I will quickly unsubscribe. Some dude named Big Homie says, Veen? I think he meant then. Veen, just don't watch these videos. But yeah, that's kind of my logic. You know, it's like, it'll pop up in your feed and you go, oh, it's one of the ones that I don't want to watch, and then you just don't watch it. Nah, if someone appears in my feed and I don't want to see it, they're blocked. So, alright, man. Fuck. Okay. Have you considered not... Someone down below writes, have you considered not being a fucking idiot? Content expansion is good no matter who it is. Get the fuck out, my dude. Excellent. And then this. Fucking Zach, man. If you don't know who Zach is, you have not been a fan of mine long. Long story short, he finally came back up. He went to the part of the zone and he went dark, and none of my communications could reach him. And by none of my communications, I mean I broke my phone, and for some reason he didn't get transferred over on the list of contacts. And did I have to put on a thing on Facebook about all my I don't even remember. That was the first night that I got into the new apartment, and I had just had a bad day, and I told myself I wasn't going to solve my problems with alcohol, but grocery stores sell beer and wine down here, and I picked up a 6-pack of dark lager, finished the whole 6-pack, tried to move the television set onto the fireplace mantle, thought that it would fit even after my brother told me that it wouldn't, and while balancing it, it fell face forward and broke. And then after that, in a drunken fit, I was like, okay, fine, fuck it, how much do you know? Walmart's open 24 hours. I would have gotten someone to shut up. I wasn't going to drive. Anyway, and I went to reach for my phone, and I pushed it off of the counter rather than picking it up with my drunken paw, and it cracked. And at the same time, I think that Zach, he either deleted or went derelict on his Facebook. So, and yeah, I was really sad, actually. I thought I was never going to hear from him again, and then randomly out of nowhere, I don't even remember, he shows back up, and that was months ago, and we've been messaging, and he actually made it was really sad. I checked in on my Patreon to see if anyone cared to put $1 in the Tolstoy jug, and I thought that I was doing really well, but as it turns out, it wasn't because of a bunch of people coming together with $1. It was because Zach pledged way too fucking much. And I will be doing cool shit with that money. As long as that is his wish. I don't know. Okay, so I thought about bankrolling the money and buying like that weird Sony Vivo, what was it called? Vita, the Vita chamber, whatever the hell. Remember that little handheld thing? I figured that would kind of be a cool throwback. Not to spoil anything, I just kind of wanted to see. Leave your comments if you think that is what I should do. Because Zach was kind of always more into like classic video games and modern games and tech. And so I feel like that's a review that he would want to see. So that was my initial thought. Anyway, Zach writes, hell yeah, dude. So glad to see you're finally doing one of these. Reminds me of the old days when we used to sit in your living room and watch you talk through playing MGS or something of that sort. Dude, so many nights. So many drunken nights. I remember he was the one that got me to play Last of Us. He was like, it's a game. We were at the bar. He's like, I got a game for you. You got to play this game. And I was like, what game? And he was like, it's got zombies. And I was like, fuck that. Zombies are cliche. And he's like, no, it's good zombies, son. And I was like, nuh-uh. And he was like, just try it. And he brought it over to my house. We loaded into that PS3, and I can't remember what we were drinking, but god damn, it was good. And I was smashed. And then all them feels, man. All them fucking feels. Dr. Fusey, you should try Outer Worlds when it launches. Bro, if it's new, it will not work on this thing. So, I have actually tried to get several different games, to get footage of several different games on this thing. I did film another episode of the Vampires Masquerade video, but I kind of felt like these Stalker videos are already possibly getting in over my head, so maybe don't branch out too far. The games play, but they don't record. Not correctly, anyway. And I don't really understand what's going on with that. If I could sort it out for you, I really got some great commentary on the 2012 or maybe 2011 remake of Tomb Raider. The only problem was that the frame rate was a little fucky. So the bow and arrow mechanic really wasn't going to be all that plausible. There was another game that was near and dear, and I had a love-hate relationship with it, and I had so much to say about it, which is I Am Alive. If you don't know what it is, check it out. I have it on the PlayStation 3. If y'all want to donate to me on Patreon, maybe I'll get a fucking capture card. But then again, I'm getting the feeling that I should not be turning my channel into a bloody gaming channel. Yeah, oh, we get to watch a commercial for Walmart. Hey, you guys see that that article that Walmart actually employs slave ships off the coast of China? Some lady wrote a note that ended up in a handbag that says, like, if we try to leave, they won't feed us if we don't finish all of our sewing for the day, and if we try to leave, jump off ship, they'll just shoot us.